Nestled in the lap of the majestic Himalayas lies an idyllic and mesmerizing place called Sikkim. Sikkim is situated below the world's third highest mountain range, the Mount Kanchenjunga. To the north of Sikkim lies the vast area of the Tibetan Plateau, the Kingdom of Nepal in its west, the Kingdom of Bhutan to its east, and West Bengal on the south. Sikkim is the 22nd organized state of India. It has an area of 7,096 square kilometers. The population of Sikkim is 6,10,577, comprising of three major ethnic groups, the Lepchas, Bhutias, and the Nepalese. The Scottish Presbyterian missionaries introduced the gospel in the 1880s to the Kingdom of Sikkim, presently a state in the Republic of India. According to the census of 2011, the Christians consist of 6.7% of the Sikkimese population. In the year 1977, Mr. V.T. Abraham, a missionary of NMSI, introduced the NMSI chapter in Sikkim. During the tenure of Reverend K.G.S. Dorai Raj, the then General Secretary of NMSI. Due to unceasing support, wise direction, and prayers of Reverend P.S. Thingbu, the participation and cooperation of EPCS, the work of NMSI gradually grew in this tiny state of Sikkim, and in the course of time, NMSI became a close associate with EPCS. The Church Authority approved the request of NMSI. As a result, NMSI Day is observed on the second Sunday in the month of July in all the churches of EPCS. Mr. V.T. Abraham spent 20 years spanning from 1977 to 1997 in Sikkim. Before the departure of Mr. V.T. Abraham, two more missionaries were appointed, namely late Sri Daniel Bal and Sri Bir Singh Lepcha, who is presently serving as pastor in EPCS. In 1994, Mr. Dayaratna Pradhan, presently an elder of EPCS, was appointed as the North-East Zonal Coordinator. During his tenure, a number of gospel meetings were conducted. Missionaries, along with the EPCS youth, distributed more than 1,000 gospel tracts and visited more than 500 families. Due to the relentless efforts and participation of the NMSI missionaries, numerous churches have been established in Sikkim. The names of the churches are as follows: Independent Church at Khamdong, East Sikkim. The church was dedicated by the Honorable Moderator, Reverend P.T. Sukmimo, EPCS, on 5th May 2005. It was established by missionary late Sri Daniel Bal. Bethel Christian Fellowship, Duga, East Sikkim, was established by the efforts of missionary Mr. Suman Mukhia. EP Church at Mangsila, North Sikkim, was established by the incessant efforts of the two women missionaries, Mrs. Dinamit Lepcha and Miss Sarah Targin. It is the first EPCS church in North Sikkim. EP Church at Thingling, West Sikkim, was established in 1999 by the efforts of NMSI missionary Sri Durbaraj Subba. The establishment of EP Church at Assam Lindsay, East Sikkim in 2005 can be credited to the diligent toil of the two women missionaries, Mrs. Dinamit Lepcha and Miss Sarah Targin. EP Church at Rangka, East Sikkim, which was inaugurated in the year 2009, and presently Mr. Durbaraj Subba, an NMSI missionary, is working there. The EP Church Mamru, South Sikkim, is a result of the evangelical zeal, prayers and wise guidance of Mr. G.T. Molomo, retired missionary and presently an elder of EPCS. The church building at Mamru was solely sponsored by Bangalore Area Committee NMSI. The church building was dedicated by the Honorable Moderator R.O. Molomo on 5th April 2013. Dr. Grace Satyaraj of Bangalore graced the occasion as the chief guest. EP Church at Ravongla, South Sikkim was established in 1995 by Mr. D.M. Tamang, an NMSI missionary who is presently serving as a pastor in EPCS. EP Church at Simana was built by the sponsorship of St. George Church, Madurai. The inauguration witnessed the presence of members from St. George Church, Madurai, and the Honorable Moderator, Reverend P.S. Thingbu, dedicated the new church building on April 2007. Mrs. Dinamit Lepcha and Miss Sarah Targin, the missionaries of NMSI, assisted in the new church building construction at Chota Singtam. Mr. Durbaraj Subba and Mr. Samtan Lepcha were appointed as the missionaries in Tingbu. The above missionaries took the initiative and were successful in building a small thatched church. In their relentless pursuit of spreading the gospel, the NMSI missionaries have worked and planted churches even in rural areas of Sikkim such as Karji Pokhari and Mangnam. Both the villages are situated in far-flung areas of West Sikkim where till date there are no paved roads. The following missionaries have worked tenaciously in Mangnam: Miss Sarah Targin, Mrs. Dinamit Lepcha, Mr. Sagar Rai, Mr. Gyanchiring Lepcha, and Mr. Patrus Gurung, presently an elder of EPCS. Due to their unceasing hard work, churches have been established in these villages. Besides mission work, NMSI is also engaged in educational ministry. NMSI had started Sadhu Sundar Singh English Medium School at Borang, South Sikkim. The school was further shifted to Mamle, South Sikkim. The school was in function from 1996 till 2010. The school workers are presently working in Sikkim as missionaries. NMSI completed its 100 years of serving the Lord in 2005. Presently, 26 missionaries are diligently working in Sikkim. The first NMSI Sikkim Area Committee members were as follows: President, Reverend P.S. Thingbu; Secretary, Mr. Madan Moses Rai; Treasurer, Mr. G.T. Dhungel. The present NMSI Sikkim Area Committee members are as follows: President, Reverend B. Chetri; Secretary, Mr. David Lepcha; Treasurer, Mr. G.T. Dhungel. Reverend P.S. Thingbu was the first EPCS member chosen by the NMSI as the Vice President, Northeast India. He worked voluntarily in NMSI from 1996 to 2008. After Reverend P.S. Thingbu, Mr. Sonam Wongdi Lepcha of Namchi, EPCS was chosen as the executive member of NMSI. He also worked voluntarily in NMSI from 2008 to 2014. Presently, Mr. Dinesh Pega of Soaring, EPCS, is working voluntarily as an executive member of NMSI. We, the NMSI family in Sikkim, express our immense love and heartfelt gratitude to all our supporters and well-wishers. On this historical event, we are indebted and appreciative of your support, prayers, participation, and cooperation for the glory and extension of God's kingdom in the small yet beautiful state of Sikkim. Hearty congratulations to the NMSI family. May God bless you and your family. Your labor in the Lord is not in vain. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 58.